Okay. Okay. No,
I'll give you a further clue.
I've got a guess.
I'll give you a further clue.
It's Mike Bennett.
It's not.
Oh.
I'll give you a further clue.
Tim Yonkers.
This was his last season with St Helens.
Last season with St Helens.
2006.
Academy product. 2006. Fozzard? I don't know.
James Graham.
James Graham?
James Graham.
That wasn't his last season with Saints.
I thought it was, actually. Oh, no, maybe it was. Maybe our legend was great.
He lost 4 grand finals, mate.
Yeah, it was James Graham, though.
All right. Then your clue wasn't very good. That was the problem.
Yeah. Well, no, all right. No, my clue was very good. My hint wasn't very good.
If he'd have said he retired last year, then I might have had a shout.
Right. Yeah. I thought that would be too easy.
Or that he threw his dummy out after losing 4 grand finals, so thought he'd go down under and lose another.
I think it was when Leon Price dyed his hair black after the grand final. He really threw his toy out of the pram. When he was asleep.
But bringing up that 2006 side actually leads me to something I would have discussed with you next week if you won. So we'll discuss it this week instead.
When I win, so we'll talk. We can talk about it next week.
Where do you think this team, this mind-numbing Christian Wolf team, compares to?
You really don't like it, do you?
No, but the 2019 team was fantastic, and it's pretty much the same players. So fair enough. I can't,
I don't think you can compare this team to 2006. I think I don't think it's as good a side as 2006.
Fair enough. It's a very straightforward answer.
Yeah. It's going to be a team I think that will go down if we win this, and it's the third year on the run. I think that's amazing. It's the first time in Saints history, actually, not just Super League, but that will have won the championship 3 times on the run. So that is an incredible achievement for all the players and coaches that have been involved in those. It would be in delivering 3 championships on the run. But that 2006 side, I think, for me anyway, I doubt I'll see anything better in my lifetime than what they produced during that year.
That answers my question then. Yeah.
But we can talk about it more next week when I'm on the show, Mark.
Fair enough. Good stuff. What do we need what have we got in terms of recommendations or anything else you want to tell everyone about?
I suppose my only recommendation would be for the walkers amongst you. I've just got back from doing a long distance walk from the end of the Pennine Way, which is a place called Kirk Yetham in the Scottish borders, up to the start of the West Highland Way, which is to the sort of north east of Glasgow, a place called Mulgai. It's not how you spell it, but it's how you pronounce it, apparently. And that sort of links up another leg of my chain from Land's End to John O'Groats, which I'm finishing next year. I've just been booking, actually, for Inverness to John O'Groats next year today. But there's a section of that right at the start that we did, which is part of a trail called the St Cuthbert's Way, which goes from Melrose through Kirk Yetham, it goes through Jedburgh, Kirk Yetham, and it ends in 4 days at Holy Island, up in Northumbria. And I have to say, the walking was absolutely gorgeous. Not massively strenuous, sort of, not really high hills, sort of 200, 300 metre hills, but beautiful lowland Scottish valleys and rolling landscape. Really, really nice and lovely little towns. Melrose is gorgeous, actually, to start in. The start's a little bit brutal out of Melrose, actually, but once you get up onto the first hill, it's really, really nice walking. So if you're a walker, I recommend having a bob at St Cuthbert's Way. 4 days of beautiful Scottish countryside.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't have a recommendation this week. I want to talk a little bit more about the grand final.
No, really. Go on.
Just to say, no, that I will be there. I'm in the Catalans end, but in one of the corners. Because when I bought the tickets, I wasn't sure who would be where. But looked out that I'm in the Catalans end. What I would say is, if anyone's there that listens to the show that hasn't ever had a chance to have a meet up before or anything like that and wants to say hello to myself, I know you'll be at the game, but you'll be obviously crying and stuff. So,
crying with joy, Mark.
Yeah, I'll be at the game with Alan. We'd love to say hello to people if people are about. I haven't firmed up my plans for what the day is going to involve just yet. I suspect that after the grand final, it'll end up with, after a probably more uncomfortable than we would like tram journey back into the city centre, I'll be ending up probably in the Piccadilly Tap before getting a train back to
a cracking bar to end up in.
Back home. So that's a late in the night spot that people might want to think about. Otherwise, send us some messages, tell us what your plans are in the day, and I'll see if I can get down to Manchester and meet people, earlier on in the day, and say hello, and then I guess head down to the ground, obviously, for about an hour before kickoff or so. Not sure what the weather is.
I think it's going to be all right, actually.
It's been changeable, hasn't it, of late? So
yeah, I think it's going to be okay. The latest forecast I was looking at were saying it was going to be okay. I'll be rocking up to the ground at around 4:30. We're going to Altrincham Market, which is a wonderful place to go, and getting the tram up to Old Trafford from Altrincham rather than going into Manchester city centre, not least because when you come out to the ground, instead of having to go into the horrendous tram queue Mark's just talked about to get back up into Manchester, you can hop very easily on the tram down to Altrincham with no queues, which is rather nice. And there's some cracking bars down in Altrincham. We saw a few people down there last time we were at allowed to go to a grand final. I don't know whether you want to sort of find a place, Mark, before outside the ground where we could also maybe just circle round for a few minutes to say hello.
Yeah, well, they have confirmed the fan zone will be there where it normally is in the north Stretford end corner.
Right.
Is that the northeast corner of the stadium?
Okay, we're in the Stretford end anyway. So we'll bob round that corner, and if anyone's around there, we'll say hello.
I do quite not mind Dockyard at Media City. It's a decent pre-game place to go as well, so throw sort of spitball as I go, but like I say, hope to see people at the grand final, and get to say hello to people either before or after the game, and all that sort of stuff. My plans at the moment, I'm getting messaged by Cass saying what time on Saturday, and I said I don't know, and he said, well, I've got to go to my son's football game anyway in the morning. I'm like, well, you tell me what time you... Anyway, that's an aside. So yeah, what we've got coming up next week is the grand final recap show. So I would absolutely love for a Catalans Dragons fan to be on the show when Catalans win the match.
So that's not necessary. You can all stand down.
So as per normal, we will want to get a fan of the winning side onto the show. Fan or fans, we know. It'll be next Monday night recording anyway, Monday the 11th of October So yeah, do get in touch if you're interested in that. People can find the show at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram. I'll get the Instagram being active on Saturday. I'll ensure that I am on top of that. Facebook.com/Super League Pod. You can email us superleaguepod@gmail.com. You can find out all the episode details and all of the contact stuff and whatever you need to know. Superleaguepod.com. That's where the episode blog post will be. I'll have information about where to find us, where to put in your fan reviews on the games and the news, and how to help out our friends and sponsors as well. Search for the show wherever you listen to podcasts. Do you want to do a shout out to our friends before we say goodbye?
I will. Rob's Toy Shop. Enter the SLP discount on checkout at Rob's Toy Shop and eBay and get 5% cash back on orders over £5 and give 1% back to SLP. Little Warden, vital alerts for hidden issues. Head to littlewarden.com, see what they can do for you. And Sarah's bookcase. Sarah sells Usborne books with access to over 3,000 titles from baby to young adults. There's something for everyone. Find out more on Facebook.
Great stuff. Yep, do check out our friends and give them some support. And also make sure you give the game a good support by turning up to one of those matches that we've talked about that are happening this upcoming weekend. And we hope to see you at them. And otherwise, thanks again for listening to your favourite rugby league podcast, the Super League Pod. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Come on, you Saints.
Fuck off, you Saints.
You'll have to edit that bit out, Mark.
No.